My dear brothers and sisters, today's gospel gives us one of the most powerful scenes in the entire Bible. It is the story of Lazarus, a man who died, a family that was grieving, friends who had lost hope, and Jesus arriving 4 days too late. At least that is what everyone thought. Because when Jesus finally arrives in Bethany, Marta says something very honest. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. You can almost hear the pain in her voice. It is the cry of someone who believes in Jesus, but who is also struggling with disappointment. And if we are honest, many of us have prayed similar prayers. Lord, where were you? Lord, why didn't you act sooner? Lord, why didn't you stop this? Illness, loss, family struggles, moments when life seems to collapse. Sometimes it feels as if God arrives too late. But today's gospel teaches us something extraordinary. With Jesus, it is never too late. Before performing the miracle, something very moving happens. The gospel says Jesus wept. The Son of God stands before the tomb of his friend and he cries. This is one of the shortest verses in the Bible, but it reveals something very deep. Jesus is not distant from our suffering. He is not cold. He is not indifferent. He enters into our pain. When we cry, God sees our tears. When our hearts break, God understands. Jesus stands with Martha and Mary in their grief, and he stands with us in ours. Then Jesus approaches the tomb and gives a strange command: take away the stone. But Martha protests, Lord, by now there will be a stench, because Lazarus had been dead 4 days. In Jewish understanding, death was now absolutely certain. There was no hope left. And that is exactly the point. Sometimes God allows us to reach the moment when we believe nothing can change. The moment when human solutions have ended. Because that is where God begins to act. Jesus raises his voice and calls, Lazarus, come out. And something unimaginable happens. The dead man walks out of the tomb, still wrapped in burial cloths. Life where there had been death, hope where there had been despair, light where there had been darkness. This miracle is not only about Lazarus, it is about all of us. Because many people today are walking around, but inside they feel like Lazarus, buried under fear, buried under guilt, buried under discouragement, buried under sin. From the outside, they look alive, but inside, something has died. And today, Jesus stands before our tombs and calls our names. He says, come out. Come out of the darkness. Come out of despair. Come out of the life that is holding you captive. Because Christ did not come only to raise Lazarus. He came to raise us. We are now close to Holy Week. The church gives us the gospel, this gospel, to prepare our hearts. Because the raising of Lazarus points towards something even greater. Soon, Jesus himself will enter a tomb. But 3 days later, he will come out. The resurrection of Lazarus is a sign of the victory that is coming. The victory of life over death. The victory of hope over despair. The victory of God over everything that tries to destroy us. Today, Jesus asks us something very personal. He asked Martha the same question. Do you believe this? Do you believe that I am the resurrection and the life? Do you believe that even when everything seems lost, God can still act? Do you believe that no darkness is stronger than the light of Christ? Because if we believe this, then no tomb can hold us forever. My brothers and sisters, perhaps today Jesus is standing before the stone in your life. A situation that seems closed. A relationship that seems broken. A hope that seems buried. And Jesus says, take away the stone. Trust me. Let me enter. Let me bring life again. Because with Christ, the final word is never death. The final word is always life. Amen.